rewarded, yeah.
Okay, all right. Now let's transition from one point of giving to another point of giving, which is the ongoing empowerment programs that are being conducted by the Kenya Kwanza leadership across different parts of the country. One of the grandest ones is what happened at State House a week or so ago, the other Saturday, and the president hosted over 1,000 groups at State House to distribute different equipment, including those that will be used for car wash, those that will be used at salons, and many other things, including public address systems and music systems. Let's listen to what the president said at the time.
I welcome the latest judicial decision upholding the direct payment of SKISA earnings to musicians, cutting out middlemen as the new law requires. However, we have noticed in the past that the artists end up with a short end of the stick. It is now...
All right, we'll get the correct clip during that empowerment program that was at State House, but I'm sure you saw that. Let me begin with you, Honorable Senator Mutinda, because I've seen you in some of the empowerment events in Ukambani region. And you're seeing, so first of all, what is the structure of these events?
Okay, first of all, before even I respond to the issue of empowerment, I thought you wanted actually to play the Nairobi team, which I was part of it last Saturday, but I look forward for you to play. Yeah. Allow me to mention something small when you asked about the housing, affordable housing for our Harambee Stars team. The president stated very clearly when he talked about the reward for the housing that it shall follow the due process that is there. So it's not just like something directly that are going to be given, but they shall follow the process of acquiring a home or a house through the affordable housing program. So back to the issue of the empowerment. Yes, we've been doing empowerment, both for the Boda Boda empowerment and the women empowerment. Yes, I've visited the eastern regions, and as a representative of Nairobi, yes, last Saturday, part1, I guess, yes, we had a very, very wonderful day with our young people in Nairobi, the youth, and also the women. We were able to bring up groups that have officially been registered, the CBOs that have been registered. We were able to ask them, what do they need? What is it that will economically be able to help them improve their revenue, improve them financially? And they were able to state what they felt they needed. It was freely coming from them. It was not us as leaders directing them, but we guided them and gave them options. Gave them options for the tents and chairs, the catering items, the car wash machines, pool tables, the saloon kits, the barbershop items, different items cutting across. Right. These are items that they are able to set up their businesses depending on the different locations that they come from in the city, and be able to generate income and also revenue. So basically for that to be able to be achieved, the structure is in such a way that there is a communication, that the leader brings these people together, identifies them genuinely, that they are officially registered, and then they are able to be rewarded. Also, they are able to be given the entrepreneurial knowledge that is needed. That this money is not money that they're supposed to put in their pocket or divide among the members of the group. For example, they are 20, they are 15, they start dividing the amount that they've been given. They should be able to ensure that this amount regenerates into value.
Okay, so when you hear of groups of 10,
yes.
So a group of 10 and they say they want motorbikes. How many motorbikes do you give?
Actually, now, let me make it clear, because the issue of all motorbike has been discussed. Let me make it clear this way. The Eastern region and border empowerment that we've been doing, yes, the border people have got groups.
Yeah.
They have registered their own CBOs, ranging from between 15 to 20 people, for example, or depending on the number of people that are in that particular group. When we do that empowerment, in the Eastern region that we've done, whatever is contributed, case example like 4 million, that is now what the leader divides amongst the groups, depending on what has been contributed. And for example, a group might get case example 50,000 or 40,000. Yeah. This is money for the group. So most of them are already in SACCOs. They can be able to put that money in the SACCO and get a loan, for example, 3 times, and get a bike. This bike then they can be able to employ a young man to be able to regenerate the income. Okay. That is that strategy. The motorbikes that were given at State House, most of them were actually given, again, one to the groups, and some of the bikes were also given directly to the leaders. For example, an MCA who now is able to also assist his office in running the errands also for his own people. So it really depended on...
Some of the motorbikes were given to MCAs?
To the leaders directly. Remember, the leaders are the ones who have given the groups.
Who are these leaders?
The leaders, it could be the MCA, could be the member of parliament, could be the senator, could be the women rep.
So a woman rep is given a boda boda?
For their own office in terms of the errands, to assist the young people. At times you find that the young people would need some of the motorbikes. So instead of now directly giving it to a group, it's also given to the member directly. Okay. But they are able to now give it to the group within a certain duration, depending on the arrangement that they will have. Because one motorbike cannot be given to 40 people. Yeah. The motorbikes that were given to the groups, they've been guided in such a way that they can be able to employ somebody to be able to run the motorbike business. The way we have boda bodas around here, you pay to get the services. And then they have a way of ensuring that that money goes back to the same CBO, to the same group or kikundi that they have. Okay. Yes, yes. And that was the main aim of those motorbikes, to be able to support the groups. And at the same time, a few also be able to benefit the members through the same people on the ground. Okay. Yes.
You referenced that, like in the Eastern tours, that you find, as an example, that 4 million has been collected. So the leader distributes it to different groups. A group may get 50,000 shillings. Yes. Again, who is that leader? Who is allocating these 4 million shillings?
The leader is the member of parliament in most of the cases, of the one who has organized that particular event, the one who has brought in these groups. These groups would range from between 50 to 60 groups or 70 groups, depending on what has been contributed, because you don't know what will be contributed. If amount X has been contributed, then it's divided amongst this group. If there are 60 groups, you'll be able maybe to get an average figure, for example, of 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, depending on what you've been able to receive.
In your constituency, the MP distributes to the groups?
Correct. And there are constituencies that we do not have our affiliate MPs, correct. So what do? We liaise with the leadership of that particular area. How do we identify them? Of course, in each and every constituency, in 290 constituencies, we had leaders who were affiliated to either the broad-based government that we have today. So we might be able to say that person so-and-so, person Sam Gituku, who's from this particular region, who was also a candidate, who was a leader in this particular region, can be able to help us also accord the same young people the same benefit and opportunity. Okay. So all that they do is that to bring these groups together.
Before I let in Senator Nyoto and Mheshimiwa Omondi, so what's the source of this money again?
The source of the money is from us, the members. We willingly contribute what we have.
So State House, an estimate of, it's obviously above 500 million shillings.
Correct.
What is the source?
It's from us, the leaders. We get our own salaries. We are able to contribute willingly. It's a willing buyer, willing seller. Is there anything wrong to contribute to our young people?
How many leaders are contributing?
It depends on the ones who are available.
No. Case example, State House, 500 million shillings, upwards of 500 million shillings.
There's the State House event that we had for the Nairobi team.
Yes. So who contributed?
The president contributed, the leaders contributed, the governor contributed.
How much from the president?
I'm not sure how much. I don't have the figures.
Where were these equipment bought?
I'm not sure where they were bought from, but they were quality standard equipments.
You don't know where they were bought?
No, because we were not part of the team that was doing the procurement. All we did as leaders is to bring in the groups.
Is that question important?
In terms of where?
Yes.
For me, what is important is how it benefits the people, the empowerment, the achievement.
Okay.
The how is what is important.
All right, let's listen to what the president said during that State House event.
Hapa tuko na viti 380,000 ambayo itaenda kwa vikundi mbalimbali. Tumekubaliana? Tuko hapa pia na pikipiki 350 ambayo itaenda katika vikundi tofauti. Tuko na makawosh, tuko na catering, tuko na mambo mingi. Na hiyo kazi yote nimefanya kwa ushirikiano na waheshimiwa MCAs wa Nairobi County. Muwapigie makofi jameni. And that is what we are implementing, making sure that our policies are in line with making sure that the people at the bottom of the pyramid, the ordinary people, are at the center of the planning and the execution of our manifesto and our agenda.
All right, 380,000 chairs. Assuming a chair costs 1,000 shillings, that's 380 million shillings. I don't know whether that was a slip of the tongue or for sure there were 380,000 chairs at State House. Senator, did you see 380,000 chairs?
Actually, chairs and tents were the most requested. So the highest number of items were chairs and tents. That was the highest demanded.
You believe 380,000?
I'm not sure about the number, but they were taking care of the 85 wards
85
for the 17 constituencies in this Nairobi. And I'm happy you've heard it from the president himself, saying that it is in collaboration with the Nairobi leaders.
Okay. All right. Allow me to take a short break because it's 1 minute after 7. And then we'll come back to this conversation. You're talking about the empowerment rallies in the country. What is the structure? How are they running? What is the costing? What is the source of the funds? And the bigger picture when it comes to changing the status of our economy. Stay tuned for that.
Saa zingine mambo kupata bila plan. Gas ndio imeisha, landlord akuache upumue, mtoto ni mgonjwa na bado ni mid-month. Usijibox kwa noma. Piga *531# and sort your emergencies with my Mobi Civil Servant Loan, iwe usiku au mchana. Kama wewe ni civil servant, sasa uko sorted. Dial *531# and get up to 20,000 shillings and pay from your next payslip. No paperwork, no guarantors, no drama. Ni wewe tu na simu yako. Register now and see your limit in seconds. Built for Kenyan civil servants. My Mobi. Iko sorted.
You dream big for your child. With a reliable partner, the burden of education costs lighten, giving them the chance to seize every opportunity.
SMS fees to 23359 or visit any of our DTB branches today for more information. DTB, bank with us, bank on us.
A comfortable diaper can make a significant difference in your baby's happiness. Choose diapers that are soft to the touch and have stretchy sides to provide a snug but gentle fit.
New Soft Care Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long.
Soft Care. Protect your leap. Introducing Wigo, your trusted ride. The ride with the most reliable, verified, efficient and transparent drivers. With fabulous cashback incentives for passengers, each trip on Wigo feels like an upgrade. Download Wigo from Play Store or App Store or SMS Wigo to 20425 and ride with confidence. Wigo, let's go.
Welcome back. You're still watching DayBreak, excuse me, on this 18th day of... the voice has not been used for 3 weeks, so please understand. We are talking about the empowerment rallies of what has been happening in the country, and we had gotten to the point of listening to the president talk about the many equipment that were being disbursed or distributed or displayed at State House, and saying that this is in line with the manifesto of the Kenya Kwanza leadership. Senator Nyuto, your thoughts about these empowerment rallies, but have you attended any?
No, and I wouldn't attend a forum where we just go lying to members of the public and, you know, purporting to be empowering them. Well, actually, I know that it's just a political platform that they are creating. And why do I say that it is just a political platform that they are looking for? If you listened to my friend and colleague, Senator Tabitha, she was not able to explain to you what they do, how they empower Kenyans in areas where the members of parliament or senators, particularly members of parliament, are not, you know, aligned to the blood-based government.
Sorry?
Yes, where the members
Broad-based.
No, you can call it broad, you can call it bread, and I call it blood-based these days because, of course, of the many youths that have been killed.
And the word on the show is broad-based. Carry on.
Yes, officially it's broad, but you know, it isn't. So what I was saying is, you know, if it was real empowerment, we would be thinking about a wholesome, we will look at Kenya as a unit, so that we have a program. And I'm happy when you talk about the structure, which is lacking. If we had a structure, then we would be happy to see even those areas where the members of parliament, for example, do not support this government, there is a program for them. And you know, you cannot tell us, because Tabitha here tells us that they identify somebody who is aligned and then they use that particular person. There are structures. If government wanted to empower Kenyans, even in an area where the representative does not support government, we have structures. We have, national administration. You can identify those that need to be assisted. But because they want to do politics, that's why they must get somebody who supports this government. And so that is one thing that tells you that it is just a political forum that they want to create. What else proves to you that they're not empowering people, they're just doing politics? Just look and listen to the speeches given by the leaders there. Half of what is said in any empowerment rally is about Rigathi Gachagua. And that's a fact. I mean, if you observe. So instead of talking about to the people what they're supposed to do for the resources that have been given to them to benefit them and to income generate, they will talk politics. They'll talk about Rigathi Gachagua. They'll talk about a particular community feeling entitled. They'll talk about just politics. Then the other thing is you look at even the people. I mean, the expenses that they are able to incur in order for them to deliver these empowerment programs. You will see a host of helicopters. And so you look at the expenses and the amount of money given, and then, of course, you'll be left asking more questions, and you'll have more questions than answers. You look also at there is no one time you will ever see a particular group, in a CBO, being issued a check. It is always in cash cash in money bags. And I challenge my colleague.
What does that explain?
That explains that it is actually not something that is structured. It is something that the source of these funds is questionable. And I listened very keenly to my colleague, Senator Tabitha, saying that this money is coming from leaders. Some I want to tell you, and Karoli Omondi here will tell you because he's a member of parliament. We know that every member of parliament, about 95% of members of parliament, when they get into parliament, they get a mortgage, whereby there are very few people, and I challenge Senator Tabitha to show you her payslip. There are very few leaders in that parliament who will get a net pay of about 50,000 per month. Very few, because almost all of it is eaten up by the repayment for mortgage.
How do you survive?
Well, by the grace of God, those who have some businesses. So when Tabitha says that it is coming from members of parliament, and you can identify a particular member of parliament who contributes 200,000 this week, you know, in one empowerment rally, maybe 1 week for about 3 times for some of them who are always there, you know. And when you know what they are, and I challenge them, if it is true, to make the returns, tax returns, you know, available so that we can find this member of parliament, because it is not coming from the earnings in parliament. That one I can assure you. This member of parliament has this business. This is what they earned in the previous financial year. This is what they filed with KRA. This is the amount that they were able to earn. So this is how then...
If a member of parliament is able to afford 200,000 shillings, where are they getting it from if it's not from...
Of course, it is given by the president or the deputy president. Remember, some...
No, not so fast. Given by the president or the deputy, from where?
That is now the other question, and it is always in cash. Of course, I may not have evidence, but of course it comes from parastatals, you know, from this ministry. You know, we need this kind of money, and of course we know that we have those confidential, you know, amounts that, of course, are with security agencies. I mean, and you know, they're not subject to audit, and Karoli will tell you that. I mean, so these amounts of money. To answer your question, because I don't want to lose that line of thinking, it is given, and remember, until recently, until last year, I was in Kenya Kwanza government, and so I know what happens in there.
What was happening?
Yes, so if the president, for example, comes to your constituency, I mean, and they have a harambe, you'll be given some money to contribute.
Wait a minute.
Each one of you are given like maybe...
Senator, you need to understand. You're Senator Muranga.
Yes.
So the president is coming. There's a harambe at...
yes.
I wish I could give an example of a church.
Yes.
You are given money which you will give at the harambe?
Yes, and that is why it is uniform. Every member of parliament, Tabitha, ametuongezea 1,200. Karoli, 1,200. That's why it's uniform.
And you proudly stand to say this is my contribution.
Yes, but Junyu never did that, but that is what used to happen.
Okay.
Yes.
Mheshimiwa Karoli.
So, yes.
Let me hear from Mheshimiwa Omondi. By the way, you're in broad-based government. Yes, no? Okay.
ODM is. I'm part of ODM.
You're part of ODM, which is broad-based.
Yes.
Have you been in these empowerment events?
Actually, I did start an empowerment program for the women of Suba South a year and a half ago with the help of the president when he first made a visit there. Yeah. What we did is slightly different from what is happening now. We I'd encourage the women to form groups, to do table banking, and to open bank accounts. And that process took us more than a year. So we organized them. There are groups that had been existing, there were new that were formed, but we organized them on their own. They did banking and collection of their own resources for more than a year and opened bank accounts. Then I had some people review the activities of each group. So the ones that we felt had done good work, the president assisted us with some money. I also put in some money. And some friends. He gave me 10 million shillings for the women.
From what?
Of Suba South.
From where?
How would I know from where? But we agreed he'll help me with that. And we've been distributing that money to the various women groups.
Yeah.
Based on their banking records and whatever they are doing. Let me explain something, Sam. This is uniquely Kenyan.
Yeah.
When you're a politician, there are some things that you have to deal with. Let's take, for example, in Nairobi here, there's a food vendor, a single mother supporting her own family by selling tea and bread and mandazi at construction sites. 5,000 is probably the working capital that woman will need. Or there's a young man selling sugarcane on a wheelbarrow. Yep. Will need 10,000. Or there's a lady in Suba who buys omena every morning, dries it and sells it. Those are the kind of people. Or a mama mboga who has to go to the market every morning, buy something and sell. Yep. Those are the kind of people we were helping in this program. And ours has worked because we've put very strict guidelines. We have people who coach them, and we didn't want the money to be given and distributed among them. Yeah, it is for working. But this is not sustainable. Let's be frank about it. This is a measure that any politician would use just to jumpstart the kind of people I've described. It is not sustainable. Why is it not sustainable? If you want to help people get out of poverty, you must give them affordable credit. And that affordable credit must be something that goes in a cycle. If they borrow, they use, they pay back, yeah, with some small margin. Yeah. And you also help them transition into formal businesses. So these are the discussions we need to have. And also the problem we have, it is bigger than just trying to assist the low-level people. Government is borrowing too much from the markets. Yeah. Yeah. This year alone, I think the government will borrow, what, 480 billion? That will basically, if the bankers don't need to lend to the small people anymore, where do these guys access credit? Yeah. Especially the caliber of people I've described. So this is a sort of intervention which, in the long run, is not sustainable and makes, can help somebody earn a daily living, but will not transform the society. That's the way I see these empowerment initiatives. But the reality is, as a politician, people will approach you. You'll be at home there. There'll be a woman telling you, I want to go and invest in a small tailoring business. I need to go and buy materials. I need to go and buy this. I have an order to make uniforms. I have an order for this. This sort of fundraising, it's just a harambe, actually. Yeah. Helps.
So tell me, because you're saying that the president gave you 10 million shillings for the empowerment program in Suba South.
Yes.
And based on our estimates, the State House equipment could have cost more than $500 million shillings. And she is saying that much of it is from the president. Does that bother you as a member of parliament?
Where the money comes from?
Yeah.
Of course, I think, Sam, let's be practical. In terms of mobilizing resources of this nature, when it is $500 million, you can ask questions. But 5 million, 3 million, you can do a rambe with your friends. We do that all the time. That is just the way politics works in Kenya. No, I'm asking. Yes. 10 million shillings from the president for your constituency. Yes. He has many friends politically. Yes. Who will get, every other person will get 10 million or whatever the amount it is. Collectively, that's a lot of money. I only know of my 10 million. He pledged it in public when we were there. If you remember, when we were launching the road, he pledged that he will assist the women. And he honored his pledge. Karoli, you've been in this country. You remember there's even a church service that was, I believe it was in Kirinyaga, where Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki said that he's bringing, was it 5 million shillings from the president and his own 2 million shillings. On the same day, the president was in Soweto at a Catholic church, giving another amount of money in the millions. I mean, surely, wouldn't that bother a member of parliament of where this money is coming from? For me, of course, you could ask yourself those questions. Yeah. But the reality is, it is the way our politics has been structured. Yeah, that is how. By who? You don't see that in how we run our budgets, because your house passes the budget. Yes. Based on particular provisions, particular votes, particular programs. Those things you're talking about here are not contained in that budget. Yeah, but not everything I do is in the budget as a person. I have other sources of income streams.
No, I'm
and
talking
I want
about,
to believe the president.
I'm talking about the leadership of the country.
Yes, I would want to believe when the president made the pledge to support the women group of Suba South, he didn't do it from the national budget.
Yeah.
Yes. He said he will support them with his own money, and he asked that we give him time, and we gave him time, about a year. And by the way, he didn't give us the money all at once. He would give us $1 million, $2 million. We would go and I add some and I distribute, and then until we finished after about a year.
Okay.
In fact, we have not even distributed the whole amount. There's a small portion, because we wanted to see the way the other women groups would perform. There are others who are left behind.
But it's still about borrowing and repaying.
Yes, they have table banking. They are borrowing, repaying, borrowing, repaying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Senator Mutina, there's something you wanted to say, but also a question that Senator Newton raised with you during the break about some young Kenyans who've been complaining that they went to State House, they left, but they didn't receive anything. They didn't receive a motorbike. They've been complaining. They've complained to Citizen TV. There has been a statement by Hussein Mohammed, the spokesperson of State House, disputing the facts as alluded by those young people. What is the position as you know it?
Sam, a very simple question. Out of there are 1,000 Kenyans who are in State House for the empowerment for the president. Only one Kenyan? Only one Kenyan is the one who's complaining? Who's broadly coming out and saying he did not receive whatever he was supposed to receive? What does that tell you? Politics. One person being used to try and perpetuate lies. And the gentleman actually was more specific to my colleague, Senator Nyamu. He said that he's the one who had invited him. And I spoke to Karen. I asked her, what is happening? Is this the case? And she categorically stated that there's nothing like that. This guy was not part of the people who are benefiting from, what do you call it, the bikes. And these are just politics. Number two, what you need to realize that the groups, the way they were presented, and I said earlier, groups arranging people, the people who are in that group are ranging from 1 to 30, 1 to 25, 1 to 15. But the number that was agreed that would attend the State House meeting, empowerment, was only 10 people per group, only 10. So if you are probably number 11 that group, then you are cut off, and all the groups were informed of the same information. So only 10 people were actually coming to receive whatever they requested for. And this, whatever they requested for, was being handed over to the chairperson of that particular group. But because this young gentleman was more specific to the bikes, the people who were receiving bikes were specific. They were receiving messages. They could not enter without that verification. And they were also, there was quite a process. They had to key in their details again. They had to be verified that they were the same people. Like, they had to be confirmed and all that. And they were the ones who were issued with those bikes. So this young one, only one person coming out, he knows why he's coming out, whoever is using him.
Person. There's Dickens Kamau Odhiambo, there's Collins Otwala, who are giving their own story about what exactly happened.
How many people are those?
No, just a moment. I mean,
okay, sorry.
There's qualitative research, there's quantitative research.
Correct.
So let's work with qualitative for now on what exactly they're saying, because they also need to be heard. Yes. So they're saying that this is Dickens, nikaambiwa nitoke nje ya gate D, hapo nikakutana na walinzi wa GSU wakaniambia nimeshatoa taarifa zangu niende nyumbani. Nikawauliza watajuaje nyumbani kwangu, wakasema watatumia Truecaller. Nilipouliza zaidi wakanifukuza. So you're saying that he was promised. The other one was even took a photo holding a motorbike but didn't go home with it. Could there be a situation where proper communication is not being made on what exactly this is supposed to be?
Some, you've stated 2 people that was keen. Yeah. Only 2 people. The same question I'm asking. Out of the many Kenyans, the many Nairobians who are in status, only 2 people are complaining. Number 2, people were allowed to come in with their phones that particular day. The president allowed, because most of the times we go to State House, we have to put our phones aside. Yeah. All Kenyans were allowed. And all Kenyans were allowed, the ones who were in State House, to take photos, to feel happy, to feel nice in terms of what was happening. So even if someone took a photo with item A, item B, they were entitled and it is okay. There's no problem with taking a photo. It doesn't mean when I take a photo in this studio that I own this studio. I'm just happy to be, you know, in the place I am at that particular time, and I want to remember, so I'll take a photo. Taking a photo is not an indication that you are given that particular bike. And with all honesty, it is very simple. Extremely very simple, and honesty does not cost. They just need to state that I, person X, was called in by Honorable so-and-so.
Right.
These are the details that I issued. You understand? Yeah. And this is what I was told I would receive. It's as simple as that. They could have come in through the groups of the CBO registration of the 10 members. They might not have been part of the people even who are benefiting from the bike in one way or the other. And it's a very simple thing. It's just someone to clearly state that, for example, I was called by Senator so-and-so or Mheshimiwa so-and-so. I wanted to respond to what my brother Nyutu talked about earlier as far as this issue of empowerment is concerned. And I heard him clearly talk about the issues of the helicopters that we've been using here and there. You use a helicopter because you want to save on time. You want to arrive somewhere. And these are helicopters that him also has been using before he left our coalition, Kenya Kwanza. He's been there. Why is it that it doesn't suit him right now when we use this chopper so that we are able to save that time? Because in the eastern region that I've been attending, I'm part of the empowerment that I attend, we've been doing 2 empowerments in a day. So for you to move from this region and be able to also to move to the other region, you cannot manage on road transport. So helicopters have been really helping us in terms of time management. And there's nothing wrong with that, because even when he was in the same side, they've been using the same. Number 2, the issues of the checks. The empowerment that I've attended, especially for Kangundo, where we have Mheshimiwa Honorable Fabian, yeah. I personally was holding checks and, you know, giving to the groups that he had identified. Okay. Mheshimiwa Caleb of Machakos town, the other day we were there. He issued checks to his people, you know. So either you issue check or you issue cash, it's a mode of giving money. So there's no problem. But when he says that he's never seen checks, I'm just updating him. You can go to my page for Facebook. You'll see that I've also posted where we've been able to give our people those checks, because most of them actually have accounts.
Which is the paying bank account. It's registered under who? The person who's paying it is actually, most of the time is actually for the member of parliament, which is easier because it's the one giving that particular money. It can also be given through M-Pesa. There's no problem. So what would have been a challenge? You write a check, yes, under your name.
Yes.
Let's say you're distributing 4 million shillings.
Correct.
The figure that you said.
Correct.
So this money, who deposited it there?
The member would deposit it there.
From where?
From what has been collected.
So you collect in that event.
Yes.
You deposit in your account.
Yes.
Then you write checks and you come and...
You've already written checks. Yeah. Okay. All you just need to do is just write the amount, depending on what would have been contributed. Remember, you do not want to have so many meetings of the same people, because our schedules are too busy. This is a day event.
So the checks are issued on the same day of the...
Most of they are issued by the end of the day, but because these people we want to finish on that business.
Are they bankable on the day because you're yet to deposit?
One, they can bank on the same day, they can bank on the following day, there's no problem. What I was responding to is that checks have been issued, because he stated that there's nowhere that checks have been issued. What I'm trying to state is that checks have been issued, and checks are normally issued. Even myself, if I would do my own empowerment, I would actually prepare checks and give them checks immediately after the function, because then if I don't do that, it will mean I have to call them again and start disbursing the same amounts again. He talked about that we are not involving the members who are not affiliating to government. There is no member who has been told not to affiliate. It is your choice. It's a willing buyer, willing seller. And when we go to the ground and there's no the elected member is from another coalition and does not want in any way to affiliate himself, as he categorically stated himself, that he doesn't want to associate with Kenya Kwanza. You can't force anybody. Okay. But that does not mean we are not doing empowerment in Murang'a County. Okay. In Murang'a County, empowerment has been done. If he wants to affiliate, well and good. If he doesn't want to affiliate, well and good. Okay. When Oscar Sudi, let me finish on that. When Oscar Sudi did his empowerment and gave people motorbikes, car wash, and all these machine portion mills and all those kind of equipments, the Mount Kenya leaders woke up and started saying, look, you are only coming to give our people rice and beans. But in the other region, Rift Valley, you are giving your people, equipments to be able to do business. And it was helter-skelter, like, why are you supporting them like that? Why can't you support also our people here to be able to do the same business? Right. Today, as we speak, the same has been done by the president and us, the leaders, by giving the people the equipment. Right. Why is it wrong right now? You can't have your cake and eat it. And lastly, whoever alleges must prove. He's talking about money that is being given by the executive to the members of parliament to be able to contribute. Every member has his own funds. And people have their own businesses. If you are not, well liquidated, it is your own cake to eat it.
Senator, that has never happened to you. You've not been given money to contribute. No,
me, I'm not given. Why should I be given money? I am never forced to go to those Harambes. I personally take myself, I contribute to what I can be able to contribute. Right. People are running businesses in this town. People are liquidated in one way or the other. And when you asked about where the president is also getting this money from, president has got buddies, has got friends who are also supporting him. What is wrong with that? If you do not have friends, I mean, that's upon you.
On that note of friendship,